And before I get started, big thanks to the FIA for reinstating Alonso's P7 results in the United States Grand Prix. Guys, the Mexican Grand Prix is upon us, and although Max Verstappen and Red Bull are drivers and constructors champions, there are still some epic battles to watch out for in the closing races of the season. Let's start with Mexico's home hero, Sergio Perez, who is driving the Red Bull, so he has a pretty good chance of achieving a good result this weekend. But let's be honest, his chances of winning his first ever home race are about as strong as my channel hitting 100 subscribers by the end of the month. Max has already publicly said that he won't be giving Perez any presents this weekend. Now, Perez has taken some grid penalties in the last race to gain a slight edge coming to Mexico with new engine components. But Max is a record chaser. Although he has already secured the World Drivers' Championship 2 races ago, he still has the possibility of getting the most races won in a single season if he wins one more race. Currently, he is tied with Sebastian Vettel and Michael Schumacher at 13 wins. He needs to win all 3 of the remaining races to beat Michael Schumacher's record of the highest win percentage in a single season. So if Perez can't beat Max this weekend, his more realistic goal would be to beat Charles Leclerc, because these two drivers are separated by only 2 points in the Drivers' Championship. The next big battle to look out for is the one for 5th between Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. They are separated by only 4 points. And if George Russell continues to drop the ball in the remaining races of the season, they could both catch him for P4. Let's move over to the Constructors Battle, because that's where the prize money goes. Mercedes is very unlikely to catch Ferrari, but we will re-look at that possibility before Abu Dhabi. The big question right now is, can Lando Norris carry Daniel Ricciardo to get McLaren ahead of Alpine for 4th place in the Constructors? It's going to be a tough one, but not impossible. Williams are too busy at the bottom squeezing balls.
And he said, what? I said squeezing balls.
So we can ignore them, and the rest of the midfield is anyone's game. Alfa Romeo is currently 6th, but Aston Martin is closing in on them at only 3 points behind. At the rate that both the teams are going, the odds are pretty high for Aston Martin to snatch P6 in the Constructors. Haas and AlphaTauri are separated by only 1 point, so the battle is tight there, and they're not too far off from the battle for P6 either. We could potentially see a big turnaround there. You know, anything can happen in F1, but only time will tell. Enjoy the race.